Critics of the Saint Lucia National Trust have accused the conservation organization of hypocrisy in its stance on public access to all beaches on the island, since the trust charges administration to the Pigeon Island National Landmark Park, where a beach is located.
A beach under the control of the Saint Lucia National Trust, the beach on Pigeon Point. Is it lawful for them to do that? And they have a fence. Remember all the talk about the fence, the quarantine fence on Radway Beach, to safeguard people, in Saint Lucia. There's a wall, and if you want to call it, a spit. Wash your metela, going out into the sea on a fence to prevent you from going around the wall onto the beach on Pigeon Point. But the trust charges you if you want to get to that beach. You ever hear any of these bleeding hearts make any noise about that? Should anybody challenge that one in court?
But the talking point, which has provided much fodder in pro-UWP media circles, is not new and dates back over 10 years. In May 2010, in the pre-digital TV era, then Minister for Tourism in the Stephenson King-led UWP administration, Alan Chasney, espoused the same rhetoric. He had rebuffed Trust Director Bishnu Tulsi, who once again was complaining about the Queen's Chain and access to public beaches.
A lot of undeveloped areas in Saint Lucia. I think we have to make sure that as we develop, that we make sure that the areas are earmarked and that facilities are put in for the public's enjoyment of those beaches and even of parks, for that matter of fact. But I keep hearing these injections by the National Trust. I'm not so sure that they're the best people to make that claims. I mean, particularly when you see that the only beach that has a wall around it is the Pigeon Island Beach. And in fact, a public beach on the park, which people have to pay money to go to the beach. So, I think they need to really sit down and take mirror to themselves.
Tulsi also argued that coastal developments were unwise given rising sea levels due to climate change.
We believe that tourism development can take place. It does not have to be on the beach. Given sea level rise, it should not be on the beaches. But there should be appropriate setbacks. The Queen's Chain and the beach area should be left undeveloped. Hotels could be placed behind those areas so that everyone still has access to the sea.
So, is the National Trust being hypocritical? The SLNT, created by an Act of Parliament, is entrusted with conserving and maintaining the island's most protected sites, which includes the Pigeon Island Landmark. Moreover, the organization is mandated by law under the Saint Lucia National Trust Act 6.02 to manage the overall site and charge a fee to enter the park. The beach just happens to be located at the landmark.
Always an exception to the rule. And then you must make allowance to the act of the National Trust. And the act gives the National Trust a lot of power to hold certain things, although it is our right to protect it for all of us, in perpetuity for all of us. And more so, you must look at the historicity of Pigeon Island. Pigeon Island was an island separated by water. It was created, the causeway was created, and there was a slender beach going around Pigeon Island, just a little kakada, a little something. And it's as a result of the building of the causeway.
Furthermore, Laura Japere of the Archaeological and Historical Society, who phoned into the Radio 100 show Let's Talk Law on Friday, August 21st, pointed out that the landmark, like other national parks in St. Lucia and around the world, require an administration fee for its upkeep.
This is a national park, and there is nowhere in the world where you don't pay to enter a national park, whether it is in St. Lucia, whether it be in Puerto Rico, whether it be in the USA, Canada, civilized societies, etc., etc. The Kruger National Park in South Africa, Serengeti in Tanzania.
The politically charged debate surrounding the Queen's Chain and concerns over public access to the beach has been relitigated for decades. Leasing part of the Queen's Chain by government and private owners has been done by successive administrations. But while some have wavered in this debate, the Trust for its part maintains that it will continue to be consistent in being vehemently opposed to the practice. Kolbe Devaux, HTS News Force.